Hello, welcome to my YouTube channel. Today I'm going to do a wine special. I'm going to show you how to make what's considered to be a jailhouse wine. Though I'm making it a little bit better than that because I'm going to actually let it age a little bit. And I'm using better quality juices than what they would in jails. So, to start with, your containers must be cleaned and sanitized. I recommend using Star San to do your cleaning for the sanitizing. But pretty much any way you want to clean it is good as long as it's sanitized. We're going to make up approximately 9 gallons total. So your first steps is to get a little bit of water in both containers, or in just the one, whichever way you're making it. And then you add a little bit of Bendite. That's going to help get your water that you have in there, and anything that you're adding, it's going to kill off any of the bad bacteria. You don't need to add a lot. I've already added it to this one. You just give it a little bit of a shake. It's going to get a little cloudy. You don't need a lot of water in there, but it should be purified water, either through a Brita, or if you're going to buy it. But it shouldn't be just plain tap water because of all the contaminants. Then, the easiest parts. You choose what kind of flavor you're going to make, and then you just buy the real fruit juice. Now, it has to be 100% juice. Cannot be pasteurized, and it shouldn't have any additives to it, like the sorbites, because that stuff is going to kill the bad bacteria. So again, 100% juice. Ocean Spray, Langers, Welch's, those are the brands I typically use. Though some people, when you do it jailhouse style, they'll actually use store brands. But store brands can actually have the added pasteurization stuff to it, which will make it so it doesn't ferment quite as well. So we're going to be making a summer type style wine. We're going to be using mulberry, blackberry juices, apple juices, cran juices, and grape juices. We're going to be using a bunch of them because we're making a big batch of it. But just choose whatever flavors you want to do. So we got cran grape. And because I'm making them in 2 containers, and I'm going to end up mixing them over time when I'm doing the re-wrapping, I'm not really going to care which juices I put into the containers, because they're going to get all mixed up. But you basically just pour in your juices. And that's all you need to actually do. Now again, I'm using, as I said, grape juice, cranberry juice, cran grape, and apple juice, and then some other mixed ones, like this one here is cranberry mango. Add a little bit of a mango flavor to it, which is why I like to say it's a summer wine, because mango is summer. You know, strawberries are summer. And one thing you can do at the end, I'm not doing it this time, is you can add packages of frozen berries to a mesh bag and let it sit in there and ferment that way too. This one's blackberry pear. You know what? I gotta have a taste of this one. Oh, that's good. Really good. It's a new version. Limited edition, I guess. Really good. I might not use all of it for the wine. I might actually save half of it. I'm going to save half of this one, take it upstairs and have it for my juice. I'm going to save that one and take that one upstairs. Another passion fruit. Where's my apple juice? So here's another cranberry mango. There's an apple juice. Now you can use Mott's apple as well, although I try to stick to my primary 3 brands of Langers, Welch's, and Ocean Spray. Those are the ones I've had the best results with. I think one more in this one, maybe two. We're going to be adding sugar water. I want to fill it up to about here. So we only really want to fill it up to about here when we're doing this particular batch. So, yep. So that's it for this particular one. Now we fill up the other one. In this one, we're going to fill up probably to about here. Pomegranate Blueberry Plus. So another summer flavor for the pomegranate and the blueberries. And there we go. And you can pause it now, or turn it off.
Now.
Okay, my assistant's going to do this next part because I'm all out of breath. We got some simple syrup that we made in a 4-quart container, so roughly a little over a gallon of water with 2 4-pound bags of sugar. We're going to pour 2/3 of it into the big one and 1/3 into the other. Trying not to spill, which some will spill almost definitely. And the water is still a little bit on the hot side, but it's not like boiling hot anymore. It's hot enough that you probably don't want to put your finger in it, but you're not going to like seriously burn you. Alright, so the next part is we're going to give it a little bit of a swirl where my assistant can come back and do the recording because I don't want her feeling too uncomfortable about helping me out. So we're going to give it a swirl so it kind of mixes. Just a gentle enough one that it kind of like gets the water all built into it. With both of them. And then we're going to take our hydrometer. And then for me, this is a brand new hydrometer. And I can tell you this, hydrometers are not 100% needed, but this will tell you what your strength of your alcohol is. So, now, it's never been used, so it's already pretty much sanitized, but I still recommend running it with some water over it just to make sure it's still clean and giving it that extra little cut. And then all you do with a hydrometer is you drop it in and it's going to float. Now you can't see it in this one, but it's going to float, and we're looking, I personally look for somewhere around 15% alcohol, but anything above 10% is what you're going for, and we are at, we just got to go a little bit more. We're close. We're around 12% in this one. So, probably, because I actually don't care if I get more than 15%, I'm probably going to add another full 4-pound bag to the 2 of these, because that's what it looks like it needs. Yeah, this one's below 10. So about another 4-pound bag between the 2 of them. I'm going to be very gentle with that. because it's glass and they break easy as hell. Now I did bring the sugar down. I gotta find it again. Thank you. And like I said, we're going to be mixing these two, so the alcohol content doesn't need to be exactly precise. But you do want enough alcohol in it, enough sugar in it to make it so that when it's fermenting, they both can age more or less at the same rate. Because you don't really want one being done fermenting like multiple days ahead of time. It typically takes between 5 to 15 days for this stuff to ferment. And then we grab our tops, which I've already also cleaned. Where is the... Oh, it's in here. Now we're putting it in here. Okay, can't find the bands. Well, we got the tops. You just gotta find the bands for them. They were here. Seriously, what happened to the bands?
They're on here.
Huh? Oh, they're on there. I'm like, where did they go? Sorry, I didn't take my ADHD medication this morning. So, this one's a double band because the bands have kind of gotten a little old. I should replace them, but I haven't had a chance to do so yet. So, one of the bands goes on the bottom. And the other band just goes like this. And get nice and tight. Fill your air bubbler. Put the top on. Do the same thing for the other one. Yeah, that one should be fine with it. Seal it. And actually, oh, that didn't go in, so we're going to get that band off. Wait. Now you can retake your wine alcohol level hydrometer test again if you want, but I know through experience that it's already going to be about where I want it. So you put your air bubbles on, and you basically just give it a good shake. And as you saw, this one already got a pretty decent shake. And now you're going to let it set for roughly 12 to 24 hours so that the benedite that you put in can actually do the job of killing any of the bad bacteria before you add your good bacteria of yeast. I recommend using a champagne yeast or a yeast that's made specifically for wine. Because if you use bread yeast, you're only going to get like 8 to 10%. If you use champagne yeast, you can get as high as 21%. You use a wine yeast, you can get as high as 16%. I use whatever I can afford, which is usually the wine yeast that is made to make a low-grade champagne. So I usually can get up to that 16% guaranteed, and sometimes I can get even higher. And that's it. Again, you don't want to totally fill it. You just want to fill it enough that you can do this. Now you can add oak or crushed berries to it or whatever to get some more robust flavor. But this is how you make the jailhouse style. You don't need to add anything else. And that's it.